Welcome again. We will now be starting with the next part of the proportion chapter. So this particular part is completely new to you. You are not at all aware about this thing because this is something which has not been seen by you up till now. Okay, one sec. So what we have over here are called as properties of proportion. Okay, so these are some properties of proportion which we need to understand, and we'll be using these properties while solving the sum. So any sum which will be having like show that something is equal to something, at that time we will be using these properties in the sum. So it's a very important part of the chapter. So first one, the first property is called as invertendo. It's invertendo. What happens in invertendo is that if it is given that A upon B is equals to C upon D, then as per your invertendo, what will happen is the reciprocal is also true. That is, B. You are having over here the reciprocal of both the sides. That means B upon A will be equal to D upon C. That's called as invertendo. So if A is to B is equal to C is to D, so I can also write it as A is to B is equal to C is to D. Then B is to A will be equal to D is to C. So that is invertendo. That is invertendo means reciprocal. So whenever I have a sum in which I need to make the numerator denominator, denominator numerator, I'll be using the property of invertendo. The next one is alternando. Alternando is a particular thing in which if A upon B is equals to C upon D, that is nothing but A is to B is equals to C is to D, then alternate. We are just basically alternating this thing. That means we are converting this over here and this over here. So we're interchanging the values. So again, then A upon C will be equal to B upon D. So that is A is to C is equal to B is to D. That is called as alternando. Okay, so that is alternando. The next what we have is called as componendo. It is componendo. Okay, so componendo, it is this way that if A upon B is equals to C upon D, then we are going to add 1 to both the sides. So we have over here A upon B plus 1 is equals to C upon D plus 1. Accordingly, we have that A plus B upon B is equals to C plus D upon D. This is the formula for componendo. That componendo will be numerator plus denominator upon denominator is equals to numerator plus denominator upon denominator. That is called as componendo. Is it clear? So that is componendo, that A upon B. So we can write it in the form of A plus B is to B is equals to C plus D is to D. The next one we have got is dividendo. Dividendo. Componendo is addition, so here it will be subtraction. So if A upon B is equals to C upon D, then A upon B minus 1 is equals to C upon D minus 1. So that is minus 1. So this becomes A minus B upon B is equals to C minus D upon D. That is A minus B is to B is equals to C minus D is to D. That is nothing but dividendo. So this is dividendo, that numerator minus denominator upon denominator is equals to numerator minus denominator upon denominator. That is given as dividendo. So that was the 4 things like invertendo, alternando, componendo and dividendo. There is the last one which is going to be used a maximum number of times, because you will be using 90% of the sums which you will be having in this particular exercise will be based on this particular property, that is combination of the two, componendo, dividendo. So component dividendo, it will be this way, that if I have the fourth one over here is fifth one is componendo dividendo. In this case, what we are doing is that we are just dividing the result of this and this. Okay? So that is, if A upon B is equals to C upon D, that is A is to B is equals to C is to D, then by componendo, A plus B upon B is equal to C plus D upon D, and by dividendo, we got A minus B upon B is equal to C minus D upon D. Now, so this is my first and this is my second. If I dividing 1 by 2, equation 1 by 2 will be A plus B upon B upon A minus B upon B is equal to C plus D upon C minus D upon D. So here D and here BB gets cancelled. Accordingly, we have A plus B upon A minus B is equal to C plus D upon C minus D, written as A plus B is to C, A minus B is equal to C plus D is to C minus D. This is nothing but componendo dividendo, which is numerator plus denominator upon numerator minus denominator is equals to numerator plus denominator upon numerator minus denominator of the second side. So this is what is most important, that is componendo and dividendo together, that is componendo and dividendo. Okay, so these are the main 5 things. First one was invertendo, which was just the reciprocal. Alternando is just the interchanging of the denominator of the first to the numerator of the second, interchanging that. Third one is componendo, adding 1, so you get numerator plus denominator of denominator is equal to numerator plus denominator upon denominator. Dividendo is numerator minus denominator upon denominator is equal to numerator minus denominator upon denominator. Combining these two, that is dividing 1 by 2, we get over here numerator plus denominator upon numerator minus denominator is numerator plus denominator upon numerator minus denominator. This was nothing but componendo and dividendo combined. So there are the 5 different kinds of properties of the proportion. Now remember this thing, very important. You will be having 2 kinds of sums over here. Okay, I'll just erase this and then explain you. You will be having 2 kinds of sums in this particular chapter. One is the one in which they have given you that, see, if it is given, if the given is A upon B is equal to C upon D, then, and so if this is given to you and you are given to prove something big ones, okay, if you are going to be asked to prove something big, that is like 3a plus 4b upon 3a minus 4b is equals to 4a, that is like 3c plus 4d upon 3c minus 4d. If such a thing is to be proved, you use the method, then use K method, which we understood last time, that this is nothing but K, so it was A is equals to BK and C is equals to DK. That is the kind of sum which will be having such a way. Second kind of sum is if it is given that this is given, like suppose given as 3a plus 4b upon 3a minus 4b is equals to 3c plus 4d upon 3c minus 4d. If such a thing is given to you and you have to prove, you need to prove that A upon B is equal to C upon D. So if this is to be proved, then use properties of proportion like C and D, componendo and dividendo. So you will be using componendo dividendo kind of method only when you need to prove that A upon B is equal to C upon D. If it is given, then using component dividendo becomes slightly not difficult, but it is not required because it will be easier to do the other way around. You better to use the K method rather than doing component dividendo for such methods. Okay, so this is just a thing which you need to remember, that which method to use in which kind of sums. So we now move on to our first question of exercise 7C, and let's see how we go about with this particular question. So we start with question number 1 of exercise 7C. Okay, we have got the first question. We have got 3 questions in the first one. Let's do first and the third one. So we have got over here, if A is to B is equals to C is to D, prove that 5A plus 7B is to 5A minus 7B is equals to 5C plus 7D is to 5C minus 7D. So this is a question which is given to us. Okay. Now because it is the first question of the component dividend of this particular exercise, of course I can do this much easily with the K method, but I will also show you how we can do the same sum by component dividend. So now I know over here that A upon B is equals to C upon D. Now I am able to use this method only because there is 5 and 7 over here, 5 and 7 over here, 5 and 7 here, and 5 and 7 here. See, there are no different numbers over there. If there were different numbers, I would have not used this method at all. Because the numbers are same, so I am just saying that it is given that A upon B is equal to C upon D. Now multiplying by 5 upon 7, we get 5A upon 7B is equal to 5C upon 7D. Because you are just multiplying both sides by 5 upon 7. Just a simple thing that you are just multiplying by 5 upon 7. Now, using componendo and dividendo, what will happen to this thing? It will be numerator plus denominator upon numerator minus denominator is equals to numerator plus denominator upon numerator minus denominator. That is what we found required. So therefore, 5A plus 7B is to 5A minus 7B is equal to 5C plus 7D is to 5C minus 7D. Hence, prove. Understood? This is how you can complete this particular question even without doing the method of K. But where did I use it? Only and only if the numerator and denominator are in this form, that they have got the same numbers, same variables, plus and minus. So everything was such that it was easier for me to use this particular method. Okay, so that was the first one. Now let's see the third question. Okay, so first ka third. Third sum, you have over here x, you have A upon B is equal to C upon D. Prove that x A plus y B is to x C plus y D is equal to B is to D. Okay, fine. So now let's see what to do. A upon B is equal to C upon D. You can see x and y over here, x, y over here, nothing over here, but still we can see over here that if I multiply this both by x upon y, I'll get, so multiplying by x upon y, what we get is x A upon y B is equal to x C upon yd. Clear? Now what we'll do is that because I want only one side, I don't want the negative at all. That's why I'll do only componendo. See, componendo is there for having only numerator plus denominator upon denominator. So here what I want is just the plus sign. I don't want the negative sign. So I will not use dividendo. I will use only componendo. So by componendo, what do you get over here? XA plus YB upon YB is equals to XAC plus YD upon YD. Got it? Now, what I want is this upon this. So, this upon this. So, I can see that I can do alternando over here. What is alternando? Invert, changing the denominator over here to numerator and numerator over here to denominator. So, here by alternando, XA plus YB upon XC plus YD is equals to YB upon YD. Now YY gets cancelled over here. Therefore, we get over here XA plus YB is to XC plus YD is equals to B is to D. That's hence proved. Got it? Now you can see one more important thing over here is that when you are using componendo, dividendo or any such kind of a proportionality properties, you cannot take RHS and LHS separately, because whatever you are doing, you have to do to both the sides of the equation. So we are doing this is to this, so here we are doing x upon y to both the sides. I cannot just do it for one side and say LHS here, RHS here. You cannot do that thing. Whenever you are using componendo, dividendo, or using only componendo or alternando or any properties of the proportion, you have to use both LHS and RHS together, and that's why we start with what is given to us. We don't start with what is required to be proved. See, in the K method, we are starting the sum with what is required to be proved and substituting values in that. Here what we are doing is, we are starting with what is given as equal, and accordingly we are changing that given and finding out the proof. There's a very important difference between the two. That's why you try to understand this thing so that you are not having any problems later on. So that was question number 1 ka third sum. Okay, now we move ahead with the next sum, that is question number 3. Okay. Question number 3, 2 will be your homework. You have over here A upon B is equals to C upon D. To prove that 3A minus 5B upon 3A plus 5B is equals to 3C minus 5D upon 3C plus 5D. Very, very easy sum. Okay. We'll do the same thing again. So we'll have A upon B is equals to C upon D multiply by 3 upon 5. We get 3A upon 5B is equals to 3C upon 5D. Now by componendo and dividendo, we get 3A plus 5B upon 3A minus 5B is equals to 3C plus 5D upon 3C minus 5D. But we wanted something ulta of this, so what I'll use? Invertendo. So by invertendo, yeah, 3A minus 5B upon 3A plus 5B is equals to 3C minus 5D, 3C plus 5D. Hence, proved. Got it? A very easy sum. That was sum number 3. We move on to sum number 5. Okay, sum number 5. It is given that 7A plus 8B into 7C 7c minus 8d is equals to 7a minus 8b into 7a plus 7c plus 8d. Prove that a upon b is equals to c upon d. Okay, this is to be proved. So, first and foremost thing over here, I cannot use using the properties of the proportion, that is component dividendo. I cannot use directly on this because this is to be proved, so I cannot use here. If I try to use it over here, that's a different issue. Yes, I can use it if I want, and I can also avoid it if I don't want to do it. Like I can use K method, or I can use the method of component dividendo. Both are possible for me to be done. Okay. Okay, K method we already seen in the earlier chapter, earlier exercise. Let's do the sum by okay, I'll show you by both the methods. So let it be so simple for you that it is possible for you to do both the methods. So let's go by both the methods. So first thing is, what I need to prove is 7a plus 8b. Now you can see that is into, okay, 7c minus 8d is equals to 7a minus 8b into 7c plus 8d. So what I'll do is I'll bring this down over here and this down over here. So it will be 7a plus 8b upon 7a minus 8b is equal to 7c plus 8d upon 7c minus 8d. Okay? This I brought it here and this I brought it here. Simple. Now I'll do component dividendo. So by componendo and dividendo, I'll write in short form right now, C and D, but you cannot write it in the paper at least. So that will be 7a plus 8b plus 7a minus 8b upon 7a plus 8b minus 7a. Now because minus is there, so it becomes plus 8b. You understand? This is minus bracket में था, मैंने bracket पहले से ही खोल दिया. That's why it is 7a plus 8b. Right? It is. That's the reason it is this way. I just try to save a step. 7c plus 8d plus 7c minus 8d upon 7c plus 8d minus, and then because of the bracket is 7c minus के पहले plus 8d. You can see that this gets cancelled, this gets cancelled. It is becoming 14a upon 16b is equals to, here also this cancels, this cancels. It is giving me as 14c upon 16d. So here 14 and 16 get cancelled. Therefore a upon b is equal to c upon d. Hence proved. Understood? This is one method of doing this thing. The other method of doing this thing will be the K method. So I can start with this thing. So I've got to prove. The to prove is this thing. So we have over here. Oh, sorry. You cannot use the K method because this is to be proved. So no, sorry. You cannot use the K method here. The only method possible over here is the. I just forgot it. Okay, I just made a mistake. So it is just this method to be used. You can use only one method, that is component. In fact, I told you in the earlier stage also, when you need to prove that A upon B is equal to C upon D, at that time you have to use component dividend only. That's the only method, right? That was sum number 5. Now we move on to sum number 6 ka second, okay? Or 6 ka second. So sum number 6 second. Okay, now this is a very important sum, a bit tricky, but at the same time, the best part of this is that such kind of sums, whenever it is there, you already know the answer. The answer will always come as 2. Okay. Anyway, don't worry about that. First of all, let us see how to do it. Yeah, given that A is equals to 4 root 6 upon root 2 plus root 3, you need to find the value of A plus 2 root 2 upon A minus 2 root 2 plus A plus 2 root 3 A minus 2 root 3. Okay. Now, very important. So be very attentive right now. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to split this 4 root 6 into 2 parts such that one part will be this and other part will be this. In all the sums which are related to this, even the sum number 6, 1, you can see that it is 6AB. So you are going to convert that 6AB into 2 parts. One will be 3A and other will be 3B. So that way each and every part will be done in this particular manner only. So you can see that first part will be this way, that A is equals to, it is 2 root 2 into 2 root 3 upon root 2 plus root 3. Now bring this on this side. You get A upon 2 root 2 is equals to 2 root 3 upon root 2 plus root 3. Got it? Now apply component or dividend to this thing. So by C and D we get A plus 2 root 2 upon A minus 2 root 2 is equals to 2 root 3 plus root 2 plus root 3 upon 2 root 3 minus root 2 minus root 3. Clear? Numerator plus denominator upon numerator minus denominator, numerator plus denominator upon numerator minus denominator. Okay? So this is exactly what we wanted over here. So this value is very important for us. So what is that value? That value is root 3 plus root 2 root 3 plus root 3 is 3 root 3 plus root 2 upon 3 root 3 minus root 3 is root 3 minus root 2. This is A plus 2 root 2 upon A minus 2 root 2. Clear? Now let's take the next step. Next step is we are trying to find out this. So what we have over here is that A is equals to, so now this I will bring it over here. So it will be A upon 2 root 3 is equals to 2 root 2 upon root 3, root 2 plus root 3, root 2 plus root 3. Got it? पहले मैंने क्या किया, इसको यहाँ पे लिया, अभी इसको यहाँ पे लेता हूँ. Okay, that is why I did 2 root 3 in the denominator over here. Now apply component dividend. So by C and D we have over here A plus 2 root 3 upon A minus 2 root 3 is equals to 2 root 2 plus root 2 plus root 3 upon 2 root 2 minus root 2 minus root 3. So this gives me as A plus 2 root 3 upon A minus 2 root 3, which is exactly what I want over here, is available over here. Is answer is this plus this is 3 root 2 plus root 3 upon this minus this is root 2 minus root 3. Got it? So we have that when I add this 2 up, that means I am adding this 2 up, this one. So I am having this particular thing and this particular thing which I need to add up. So what I get? It will be A plus 2 root 2 upon A minus 2 root 2 plus A plus 2 root 3 upon A minus 2 root 3 is equals to, it is, what is the answer over here? 3 root 3 plus root 2 upon root 3 minus root 2 plus 3 root 2 plus root 3 upon root 2 minus root 3. Got it? So I need to now solve this. This is what is to be found out. Now over here you can see the denominator is changing by its sign. So here it is root 2 minus root 3, here root 3 minus root 2. So I write over here, easily I can write over here as, this could be as equal to, so I'll just take this part, this part I'll not copy down. So it is 3 root 3 plus root 2 upon root 3 minus root 2 plus root 3 root 2 plus root 3, and then I'm taking minus 1 outside, so it will be minus 1, it will be root 3 minus root 2. See, minus 1 I'm taking outside, so this will be minus root 3, and minus plus, so it is plus root 3. So exactly it's the same thing. Now this minus can go up also, because whether I write over here 2 upon minus 1 or I write equal to minus 2 upon 1, it's one and the same. So that is what I'm using here. So this way, what I'll be getting is 3 root 3 plus root 2 upon root 3 minus root 2 minus 3 root 3 plus root 3, 3 root 2 plus root 3 upon root 3 minus root 2. So you can see now the denominator has become equal. Now I solve the numerator properly. So it is 3 root 3 plus root 2 minus 3 root 2 minus root 3 upon root 3 minus root 2. This is nothing but minus 2 root 2 and this is nothing but 2 root 3. So it is going to be 2 root 3 minus 2 root 2 upon root 3 minus root 2. 2 comes common, so it's 2 common root 3 minus root 2 upon root 3 minus root 2. This numerator gets cancelled. Answer is 2. You will always find that the answer to all such questions will always be 2. Okay? कैसे भी 2 लेके आना है. So this is the answer. We'll quickly go through this thing. I am splitting the numerator over here into 2 parts such that it will be multiplication of this 2 will be equal to this, but one part will be this part over here and one part will be this part over here. Okay? So if it is not possible to do it that way, at least वो दोनों को मैं इस तरह से लिखूंगा मैं. So for example, in the case of the 6a, it is 6ab and what I want is 3a and 3b. So what I'll do is that in one case I'll write 2a into 3b for this one and I'll write 2b into 3a for this one. So 6ab will be split into this form or this form in this case and this case. You just try that particular sum and if you have any doubts you can always ask me. Okay, so this was the sum number 6 ka second. We go next in the next video.